Welcome, everyone, to the Nikki Clarke Show. How is everyone doing? Fantastic, fantastic. So excited to be back here in the studio, and I am really, really thrilled about the amazing guests that we have on today's show. So let's start. We're going to dive deep into stories that transform lives and spark change. And today's episode is all about resilience, innovation, and unstoppable power of purpose. So joining me first is a trailblazer in the healthcare technology, a woman whose personal health challenges became the spark for a revolutionary solution. Please put your hands together and welcome founder and CEO of My 911 Inc., Michele Bolton.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
It is such a pleasure. Thank you so much for making the drive down from London, Ontario. Not the King's London, but London, Ontario. But it was still quite a trek. It was interesting. So let's get into it. Michele, your journey into healthcare innovation started with personal challenges. Can you share how those experiences shaped the vision for My 911?
Thank you for that question. It's diving deep into the heart of My 911. And I had a number of emergency surgeries in my 20s. And throughout those experiences, I was able to get through them, obviously, but when I turned 30, I had a life-threatening diagnosis and was advised to say goodbye. So getting through that experience changes who you are. It changes your entire outlook on life and how you view the world. And for me, if you can imagine being on a gurney when they're taking you to the OR and your family's watching you be wheeled away, and all you do is drop your arm and wave goodbye. It's a surreal experience, and it makes you realize that at the end of the day, you're alone, and you feel very alone, because we all cross alone. So it was a blessing to wake up through that experience.
Yes.
And then I had to they started screening me for breast cancer in 2018. And the repetition of the questions just started over and over and over. And I just thought to myself, there has got to be a better way of doing this, because the healthcare system is challenged and it's siloed and very fragmented. So I went home and I designed what is now our custom wallet card for healthcare that displays a QR code on the back linked to the online emergency profile. And what that does is it allows every individual to have full control over the information that they need and wish to share with emergency responders, healthcare professionals, or even family. So you get to choose. Instead of having to answer these questions and going through the trauma over and over, you've already pre-populated your profile, and all you have to do is show your card, scan the code, and the information is there. So.
That is phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing that very life-changing moment for you. And we're so glad that you're here to share, the testimony of what you experienced. So you gave us a little kind of synopsis of My 911 and how it works, but what makes it different from other maybe apparatuses in healthcare?
That's a great question. So I think what makes this so different is that it allows people to really customize their healthcare profile. So anyone who has a lot of medications they're trying to manage, or they've had a lot of different surgeries over the years, they can't remember when, or they're a caregiver for somebody, and they're trying to manage all of this information as it changes in real time. This allows them that flexibility and the convenience of being able to update their profile in real time, anywhere they are. And it's just, what I've heard from my members is that They love the convenience and the flexibility that this allows them to just be extremely versatile and customary to them. So they really just prefer instant access to this medical information that they need right away instead of having to call doctor's offices, waiting for months or weeks to get records. And they just have pocket power, really, with their healthcare information in their wallet.
Excellent. I love that. So I recall you saying that single solutions are the hardest to create. So what are some of the biggest obstacles you faced when designing My 911?
I would say that technology, probably in this case, is number one. It is much harder to execute on this than I ever could have imagined. In my mind, it's like, well, this is simple, right? We can just put the information in and safeguard it, and it should come out no problem. But the technology behind making a simple solution for the end user, and this is what this is all about, is the patient first.
Yes.
So every decision goes through, obviously, security, compliance, regulation, and privacy for people. But after those core I guess, areas are covered, then it's all about simplicity for the end user.
Right.
Keeping it simple is critical for me because I have approached this from a patient perspective. So I want my end users and my members to feel very comfortable logging in, updating, saving it, and having instant access wherever they are to just streamline their medical communications and remove that barrier of having to repeat family history and just waste so much time in their appointments because they're there for a specific reason and they don't always have enough time, excuse me, they don't always get enough time to help catch up whatever physician or professional is there. So they need really, really simple solutions to make it easy for them to have that quick access.
Excellent. So I see this as very disruptive for traditional healthcare, but for the better. And I am so excited. I can't wait any longer. This is, this is the pill case, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to gift this to my mother, who is a breast cancer warrior, and this will help her manage. But please, can you tell us some incredible news that you shared with me?
I am extremely excited to share that my company, My 911, here in Canada, is now launched in the state of Florida. We are now in the United States, and I am so excited. I know there's a lot of people down there who could definitely benefit from using this solution, and I know a lot of people are really excited about this down there too, so I've been really anxious and excited at the same time to serve the great state of Florida, so that's great.
That's excellent news. Congratulations.
Thank you. It will be under my911life.com.
My911life.com.
Life in the States.
Okay, very good. Do you see it expanding maybe to the Caribbean or elsewhere?
Yes. There's lots of ideas that I have floating around, but I'm going to dip my toes in Florida, where they do have a lot of seniors, and we have a lot of snowbirds actually that go to the state of Florida. Yeah. So I'm just really thrilled to offer this solution to the United States, and I'm very honored actually. It's just a little overwhelming in a way, but I'm just so excited because I see the end result of what I'm doing, and it's heartwarming to see what you had just in your mind as an idea. To bring it to fruition is just an incredible feeling to see the results of that. So I'm just thrilled.
Excellent. Really, really proud of you. And I want to say thank you for this incredible gift. There is a bag. Do you want to open that up? I love the colors in the logo. Yeah. So there's a bag and some other really...
I did it in navy blue. Did it
beautiful.
This one in navy blue, but usually black. So
I love that. Thank you very much for my gift.
You're welcome.
And please tell us how people can connect with you. on social media?
So we're on, obviously, LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Threads, X, and of course our website, my911.ca in Canada and my911life.com in the United States.
Fantastic. Anything else coming up? Do you have any other speaking engagements that we can tap into?
Yes, I will be speaking at the OPPVA. Their annual general meeting is in London, Ontario on the 29th. So I believe it's the 30th, the Friday. I'll be speaking in front of their audience to share a solution that can assist and support our first responders, because their work is incredible and they need as much help as they can get as well. So I'm trying to help our first responders.
Absolutely, they need the support. Well, I thank you again for this transformative conversation. I know that you are creating a legacy for people in managing their health, and I truly think you're a gem, and congratulations on the wonderful
so
news
Thank you.
expanding to Florida. So please, thanks again. Michele Bolton, everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
Hey friends, it's Nikki Clarke of the Nikki Clarke Show. We have a special announcement thanks to Chicago's very own DJ the Money Coach. To celebrate 16 years of the Nikki Clarke Show and the grand opening of his new luxury resort in Zanzibar, Tanzania, DJ is giving away a grand prize trip for 7 days, 6 nights, ground transportation, excursions, personal chef with beautiful sunsets on the white sand beaches of Zanzibar. Text Nikki to 972-640-9572 or scan the QR code. We'll see you at the World Travel, Trade, and Taste Expo, and we'll meet the lucky winner in paradise.
All right, welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. Again, wellness check. How's everyone doing? Fantastic, fantastic. It's so great to be here in the studio, and I am excited to introduce our next guest. We are joined by a courageous voice in chronic illness advocacy, and she's an author, a wellness champion, and a proud mother. After surviving lupus and kidney failure for over 30 years, she's now using her voice to inspire others to thrive through life's toughest storms. Please put your hands together and meet the extraordinary Mauricia Ambrose. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Nikki. It's great to be here.
Awesome. Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Yes, you look amazing. So let's get into it. Your story is powerful, by the way. So I just wanted to find out what inspired you to finally step forward and share your personal journey with lupus and kidney failure after so many years.
Well, for many years, I didn't say anything about my illness. My family knew that I was ill. They knew I had lupus, but they didn't know what I was going through, the hospitalizations, the operations, and everything that had happened to me in the last 30 years. It was only when I actually wrote the book and I shared it with my sister that they discovered what was happening. The impetus for actually sharing the book and finishing the book was really my entering the International Women's Day competition at work. I had written the book. It had gone through many different versions, but I was suffering from, I guess you would say, imposter syndrome, because I'm not a writer, so it's not my trade. And I wasn't quite sure if anyone would really want to read about my story. I mean, everyone has something that they're going through. So I decided to use the International Women's Day competition as a litmus test to see if anyone really wanted to hear my story. And amazingly enough, I won. And I then had to tell my story to 8,000 of my
Wow.
colleagues. So I really got myself into trouble there. But I did it. And the amazing thing is, when I walked onto the stage, you could see there was some skepticism initially.
Yeah.
And then as I started talking about my experiences, you saw people leaning forward and listening. By the end of it, I got a standing ovation. And I had colleagues coming to me saying they needed to hear my story. They were, they cried. They remembered their mother, writing letters to them as well. So it showed me that my story needed to be told. After that, after years of, writing different versions, within a month, I had finished the book and started the process of publishing it. So that was it. It's really the response of my colleagues and how the book resonated with them.
Absolutely. A really great motivation to complete the book. And congratulations
Thank you.
on all the books that you've completed. I have 3 of them here. Turn Into the Storm, which is the cover and the backdrop. Tell us about that one. I know that's available on Amazon.
It is available at Amazon. That book is my memoir. It is the book that I was just mentioning. It's a book about resilience, reinvention, and rediscovery. It's a book about motherhood and surviving burnout and learning how to love yourself as you are and not letting others dictate how you feel about yourself.
I think that's really important for people to recognize their own limitations and strengths and own them, and not to have the interference of, kind of outside voices dictating how they should, navigate their own journey. So I think that's, commendable that you're encouraging that kind of empowerment through the book. And I also noticed that you have the Wellness Journal. So this is the most recent publication.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. And what's in the Wellness Journal? And thank you for the gifts, by the way. Can't wait to start the Wellness Journal.
Okay. So the Wellness Journal is really about issues that I have had throughout my journey. I have some sensitivities that have plagued me for the last maybe 5 or 6 years. And just identifying the triggers for those sensitivities was very difficult. I would have a flare-up last week, and now this week I'm having another flare-up, but I have no idea what is causing it. By documenting maybe the foods that I ate or the medication that I took, and then if it happens again, I document it again, I can find a pattern. So the Wellness Journal has space to document your reactions to, say, for example, medication or foods that you've eaten. It also allows you to track your water intake, your sleep, even your bowel movements and energy levels. I have charts at the back of the book. There's the Bristol stool chart that tells you about your bowels and your bowel movements. There is a water chart as well as a sleep chart. And the last section of each day in the book that I really like is it allows you to document positive affirmations.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's a true journal. Most of these books like this don't have space for that. It's very technical.
Right.
But this allows you a holistic view about your, a holistic view of your wellness.
Of your wellness.
Yeah.
And I like how you can track water, because I'm guilty of not drinking enough water. So that way it's okay, 2 more to go, and then I'm complete for the day.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So these books are both available on Amazon, is that correct?
They are both available on
Okay.
Amazon.
Amazing. Let us talk about the biggest misconception about lupus. So first of all, for those who are not familiar with lupus, can you tell us in layman's terms what that is, and then what are the misconceptions?
So lupus is an autoimmune disease that has no cause and no cure. Basically, your body cannot tell the difference between your normal cells and foreign bodies. So it attacks your normal cells. It can attack any organ, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, your brain, and that's where the basic difficulty with lupus is. It's very, very difficult to diagnose because there's a focus on the symptoms and not the root cause of the disease.
Okay. So what are the misconceptions? What are the...
So the biggest misconception about lupus is that life ends with diagnosis, and that is not the case. You can still live a full life with the diagnosis of lupus. I have traveled almost every year with my son. We do everything together. I work full time, and my life went on. I had some difficulties, definitely, but I made a point of living my life to the fullest, as much as I can.
As much as you can. Fantastic. Does lupus have a significance in any particular community? For example, for sickle cell anemia, I notice it's predominantly in maybe the African Canadian or community, but what about lupus? Is it in one particular community, or?
Lupus primarily affects women between the ages of, I think, 15 and 45. You very rarely see men with lupus. You do see it, but it's very rare. And it's very prevalent in the Black community as well.
Oh, okay. Question about Into the Storm, as it was a story, a legacy for your son. So the intention evolved into something that is so now inspirational for a global audience. So what does your son say now about what you've done?
My son is 14. So typical 14-year-old, he is proud of me. He did write a poem for the book, which I'm really, really proud of. So for him, it's mommy just doing her thing. When I was diagnosed with kidney failure, he was with me, learning how to dialyze at home. So I would go to the clinic, and I had to go with him because I had adopted him as a single mom. And the nurses were amazing. They let him, sit with me. We played games, but he saw the process that I was going through. And I made a point of making it part of life. So my diagnosis was never something that he needed to worry about. It was just me living, me doing my thing.
Right.
So for him, it's life. It's how mommy continues her life, how mommy does her day-to-day. Yeah.
Amazing. And I imagine he must be very empathetic to others when it comes to maybe some health challenges. He has a deeper insight, maybe?
Oh, definitely. He's very helpful, and our relationship is one where we say I love you. I make a point of saying I love you to him every day. And my heart melts when he says it first.
Aww.
Because it's just not something that a teenager you would expect from a teenager. Yeah. And
that is sweet.
Yes. And that's the one thing that, I'm really happy about, that our relationship. This has created a relationship that is really strong.
I love that. I have 30-year-old-ish children. And yes, I think I would pass out if I heard them say, "I love you" first, so I can just imagine. Excuse me. So the last question, if someone is feeling defeated by their diagnosis right now about their personal challenge, what would you tell them?
I would say ask questions, do your research, and find out about your illness, and go to your doctor with those questions so you feel empowered and in control. Ask for help as well. One of my biggest mistakes was not asking for help. It was very, very difficult for me to do that. And find someone to talk to. I know that, well, I live in Toronto, so Mental Health TO has a program called Strides. It's free. And you can call and you will get, you can speak to a therapist immediately. And they can then arrange regular sessions for you. So it's really about reaching out and knowing that you're not alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a community there to support, and there are a myriad of resources. And
Exactly.
I thank you for being an advocate for lupus, and I know that you're a director of My Lupus Canada, correct?
At, yes, Lupus Canada, yeah.
Lupus Canada. So you're doing extraordinary work as a nonprofit to support lupus warriors like yourself. So if anyone wants more information about your organization, how can they find that information?
So I have a website. It's parentingonedayataTime.com. I also have a Facebook page. Again, parentingonedayataTime.com, all one word. And my email, again, parentingonedayataTime@gmail.com. So you can find me in all those.
On those, and then also to go to Amazon for
And
the
pick up a copy of the books, yes.
Absolutely, the Wellness Journal and Turn into the Storm. I want to thank you again for being an inspiration, and please say hello to Louis,
Yes.
your son. And yes, if there's anything else I can do to support your championing for what you are so strong at doing, please do not hesitate to contact me. This is fantastic. I appreciate you. Mauricia Ambrose, everyone, please connect with her on social media. And I want to thank everyone who's joined us today, and I hope that you've been inspired, uplifted, informed, and of course transformed. I want to thank our previous guest, Michele Bolton, with her incredible innovation of My 911 Inc. and now My 911 Life out of Florida. And I want to give a very special mention to the sponsors of the show, courtesy of the Pom Pom Lifestyle, that's Plenty of Money and Peace of Mind Lifestyle organization. We will be working together to bring Canada to Zanzibar. So we're organizing a trip to go down January 2026. So would love for you to join us there. I also want to give a very special thank you to Not Just Hair Salon for styling me. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at the Nikki Clarke Show. And be transformed, be well, and we'll see you the next time. God bless you.